Well, good morning from Two Happy Children Farm. I thought I'd share the peacefulness of the farm this morning. It's cloudy, really humid, 80 degrees, and we're probably going to get rain later today. I wanted to make a quick video on what we're doing during this time. We're growing like crazy here, for one thing. I know we're really tiny, small farmers, but we also happen to be local farmers. So I wanted to go over a little bit about what's been going on locally. I'm sure a lot of you will also relate. And if you're in the vegetable growing business and you're growing locally, you should really relate. So I'm just going to walk through my tomato field here while I talk. If you guys remember the weekend before St. Patrick's Day, that was the time when everything hit the fan for us. We were just starting to harvest one of our broccoli fields. And when I say a field, I mean a couple thousand plants. And we'd been harvesting spinach for about 12 weeks. And the week before, we had started seeing the market kind of fade because people had been eating spinach for so long in a row, and also broccoli. But that Saturday morning was a little different. Our first customer came in at the farmer's market at 7:30, and she told us the grocery store was out. So it's been non-stop since then, and we just couldn't believe the grocery store would run out, and I think that shocked a lot of people. By the Monday, they would go in the store and all they would find is cilantro. No vegetables. So we geared up the following week and we went back to our fields that we hadn't planned to keep harvesting, and we pulled another 400 or 500 pounds of spinach out of the field. We also do a bakery, and we doubled our amount of bread for the next week, and we've stayed that way ever since then. So local food, I think, really matters. While other people were trucking it in from wherever, and with a lot of uncertainty about whether the roads would be open or the borders would be open or anything would be open, we just kept harvesting and planting and doing our part. So I know we're little, but I'll also mention my wife and I run the Wolf Ranch Farmers Market in Georgetown, and you can Google it or look it up on Facebook. It's I think it's the top farmers market in the state right now. We've invested heavily in that market because without markets, there's no farming. It's just a hobby. So the rest of the farmers were also affected over the last few weeks. We have 8 ranchers and farmers, along with 4 of us growing vegetables. And those 8, 2 of them, one sold out of beef completely, another one sold out of pork completely. Our egg farmers are completely sold out at almost every week, and they're very low on fresh chicken. Our pork farmer, we have 2 that's good size, and they're just continuously slaughtering and bringing in pork. Locally, like everywhere else, all of our restaurants closed, so every single opportunity we had outside of the market shut down overnight. So like the rest of the farmers, we've diverted all of our product to the farmers market. And if we hadn't been building the farmers market up in the last 5 years, When this crisis hits, there would not have been any farmers. And if there wouldn't have been any farmers, God help us, because every week we've been pushing probably a 54-foot semi-truck full of vegetables and meat out the door and into the community. So these are not just trivial little backyard wannabes. These are people that have devoted their life to farming, and they're really out there right now on the front lines every week, working till dark and getting up in the morning just like we are, and putting food on the table when there's none on the shelves. So I wanted to make that video. It's still peaceful this morning. That's how this thing has impacted us. I love to grow corn. That's one of my favorite things to do, but this is the food that puts food on our table. This is the food that's going on everyone's table right now. And this is what we're doing. And this year we're really working hard on making every plant count. So as you walk down this row, you'll see we have a perfect group of zucchini here. And I'm sure it looks trivial to people that farm 20, 50 acres of squash. It's no big deal. But to us, this is local, and it stays local. And it's just me and my wife farming it all. So we don't have the luxury of complaining about border crossings and illegal immigrants and all this other stuff. We do all this work, and it's all transported 30 miles from here and sold every Saturday at the farmers market. So that's what we're doing, and that's what we're thinking about right now. A little bit more about our farm, and hopefully this will be over soon, but we're ready to keep feeding the local population. Thanks for watching.